Hi, I'm Imbarrato from Key Business Systems. I'm going to be talking about module design, how we created a modular FileMaker application for business management and accounting. We've developed a program called KeyBiz System, which has a number of major modules. I'm going to give you a flavor for it based on the time, how much I'm going to go into in depth. But I'm going to basically talk about the high level of the design of the modules and what module design means and why it's important to think as a designer first before you get into the development of the programming level, which is some theme that's been pressed upon us throughout. So like others, I've drawn from Wikipedia, what is module design? Module design is an approach that subdivides a system into smaller parts called modules. It can be independently created and then used in different systems to drive multiple functionalities. Besides reduction in cost, due to lesser customization and less learning time, and flexibility in design, modularity offers other benefits such as augmentation, adding a new solution by merely plugging in a new module, and exclusion. Examples of modular systems are cars, computers, and high-rise buildings. So how is a car an example of modular design?
Stereo system.
Stereo system. Engine.
The doors.
The doors. When you go to buy a car, they have all the possible upgrades. You can have the high-tech package. You can have the leather package.
You have a product that does that, they take the card out and they put a new one in. That's modular. They just go, oh, this thing's broken. We'll take it out, put a new one in.
Okay, how is a computer modular?
There's a missing part, take the part out, put a new one in.
Motherboard, hard drive,
Power supply.
video card, sound card.
Software.
Get tired of Windows, you buy Mac.
And how about a high-rise building or a house? How is that modular?
Air conditioning units, windows, doors.
Okay. I recently built a house from scratch, and it really became very apparent to me, from the blank lot, and watching it all the way through, and just how they, have to coordinate in time, the different people coming, laying the foundation, building the frame, the roofing people, the plumbing people, the electrical people, everything has, So that's a good example is, when we're doing modular design, like Ray was saying yesterday, he called himself a database architect. I don't know how many of us think of ourselves that way, but there is a lot of plumbing, a lot of foundation, a lot of wiring that needs to happen underneath the hood. I just combined a few analogies, but anyway, that we do. And we have to think on all the implications of everything we do. So the first thing is understanding what a module is, what the basic functionality is. So I'm going to do some brainstorming here. What would you say are key qualities of module design?
Reusability.
Reuse. Okay, great.
I'd say it has plug and play.
Oh,
Plug and play.
plug. Play. Okay, somebody else?
Standards.
Standards.
Easily understood.
Understandable.
Consistency. Not accuracy.
Consistency.
The thing that comes to my mind is object-oriented programming. In other words, a module has a very specific purpose.
Conciseness.
Okay, that purpose is defined by what?
Well, let's say you mentioned metaphorically, the foundation of a house or a building. It's a very specific purpose. The concrete and the foundation may...
All right. So functionality. And one of the things I would also say is purpose leads to a benefit.
Right.
That
I would also say limited scope. I mean, a module is not designed to do everything. Right. It's designed with a singular or a very limited set of functions in mind.
Exactly.
It does that,
One,
it's like a one or two trick pony. It does what you ask it to do,
and nothing
and then
else.
it's done.
Okay, so that's what I mean by it has a specific benefit. It adds value.
That's
There's a
right.
value add to it.
One purpose, one specific benefit.
All right, just in case you didn't come up with anything, I had some here that I would also mention. It's scalable. It's flexible. It's portable. It's extensible. It's manageable. Includable. Customizable. Clarity of function. Has a financial benefit. You know, you can define it and price it and define it by, you know, a separate way that, you know, you add on modules in a certain way or add on features. It's sensible, it makes sense, and it's excludable. It enhances performance. So, I don't know, do all these qualities make sense to you that are part of module design? Any questions about any of these things?
I would say they're not always, all of them are not always true for everyone.
Right, that's good. Yeah, I'm just throwing them out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean by extensible in this case?
You know, like the iPhone app would be an extension of a desktop app, or we have an EDI module that takes our basic FileMaker and extends it to connect to a whole other database.
But the module itself isn't extensible. It's adding.
Well, it adds extensibility. I mean, basically extends it. You plug it into something, and it extends its value or extends its functionality. That's what I mean by that. Is that clear? No. Okay. So, what would you say the principles of module design are? An example of a principle might be there's no redundancy in the functionality, like what Michael was saying is a defined scope. Define major themes and logical groupings. Easy integration between modules. Standardized methods connecting modules. That's what was saying about standards. Consistent naming conventions. So is there anything I'm missing here that you would want to add to principles of your module design?
Go.
Go? Keep going?
Keep going.
All right. Examples of modular design tools in FileMaker. You want to give me some examples of modular design tools in FileMaker?
Tables.
Layouts, scripts.
Layouts and scripts. Well, I hadn't thought about that as modular design. Those are more elements.
How about some FileMaker products like FM search results or seed code calendar? Just basically, you just plug them in.
Okay, those are examples of modules to plug into FileMaker. That's the next slide.
Okay.
I'm talking about tools in FileMaker.
Okay.
Well,
So-
you also can have, you know,
So remember I just talked about PHP? So these are design tools that enable you to add modularity to your FileMaker. So you have the PHP, you have the XML, and like earlier, was it Alexi talking about the plugins? So those APIs enable you to then add modularity or add modules to your FileMaker solutions. Does that make sense? Those are tools. Provides a common language to allow new functionality and modules to be added. It's a standardized way to access the inner workings of an application. So here are the examples that Michael was starting to talk about, the seed code, FM Touch, which I talked about earlier. That enabled you to add a whole new module to your solution. Any other ideas besides FM Spark and FM Search Results? Any other ideas? 360 Works. So these are like, examples in the FileMaker community. So now I'm going to talk about my system and how I've designed it, and it's more specific, if that could be more useful to talk about something. So in our system, we have these major modules. We have a business system,